Okay, girls, she is back home. So she did me proud. Got me back in one piece. She's back in one piece. Had loads of fun. That drive wasn't too bad. See if I can maybe do some editing and pull out the photos that came out of 129 and Killboy and post them on IG. But I am so tired. Got up very early this morning, and what is it now? I'm about 200 miles over the braking oil, so I'm gonna go ahead and that's why I put it in the garage so that I can change it tonight. Probably not today. Too tired. Probably sometime tomorrow. Yeah, and unpack. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the footage that I'm about to edit, but I'm like months behind, so I don't know when this is gonna come out. I'm pretty sure Ray and Jordan and Millie's would like to see them sooner than later. So, okay, guys, in the next post, gotta start thinking about which one to take for next year. The R33, definitely not. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish her by next year. So it's either going to be the FD, the Supra, or the Evo. The Evo is completely stock. So I may want to do that, see how she does at the Dragon stock. But I'll probably do wheels and tires and suspension. But just keep it stock motor. Just make sure that she's strong enough to make that trip. So it is the day after Black Friday, 2023. I believe it's November 25th. So I haven't really driven the STI since I have gotten back from the Dragon, and I'm not sure if I covered it, but most of that trip was me inhaling gas fumes. And if you guys have been following my post, that I broke a stud on the fuel port on the gas tank, and I'm assuming that that loss of stud and nut is not providing for a good seal on that port, and it's probably spilling when I'm sloshing around the gas in the fuel tank. And I did a lot of that at the Dragon. If you guys are and it doesn't really show it on the video, but I'm not sure if it's because of the camera stabilization, but it's a lot of hard left and rights, and I'm assuming that created enough of a slosh that a lot of the fumes were in the interior of the car, and I was basically inhaling it throughout the trip. So what I'm going to be doing today, and I haven't changed the oil yet. I think I went over 200 miles of the break-in oil that I have on this car, and it's the last of the break-in oil. Now I am going to move towards using the 530/40 that IAG recommends for the car. And you know what? Let me just say this: that the STI did really well. I mean, I was rolling the dice by taking her to the Dragon after only having, had the motor, I think maybe only 1,000 miles. I'm itching to drive her again. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to change the oil, and I'm going to also try to see if maybe I just didn't torque the bolts enough to provide a good seal. And I've been shopping around for possibly a used tank with the studs intact. Really, I broke one, so I really didn't think it was going to be that bad. But I honestly think it's because of my fear of having broken so many bolts on this car, on this build, that that I think I was a little soft on tightening those bolts. Okay, anyway, so let's spend the day today, and I'm not gonna bore you with the footage of me tightening up the port and changing oil. You guys already know what it takes, so just wanted to give you guys an update. So anyway, on to the next. And I think the next project, the next post I'm gonna have, well, maybe not, but I really need to start working on the 33. But I do have some items that still needs to, parts that still sit and that I need to install, like the test pipes for the NSX. And I don't know, for those of you that's been following, it's so rusty, the bolts underneath there, that I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to it without struggling. So I'm gonna wait till maybe the springtime, or I don't know. Maybe I might get adventurous and do it during the winter, but wait till springtime so that I can get it up on the lift after having the clutch done on the Supra. That's the reason why it's up there, because I need to make sure that she's available for me to swap out the clutch. So just something to note real quickly, just kind of wanted, I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but I'm using this filter. It's for a different model Subaru. Let me see if you guys can zoom in on the part number. You guys can see that. But the typical filter that comes, or that's available for the STI, is a small blue one. But I've been told since that they no longer use the blue one. It's actually gotten taller. But this to me looks like it carries more volume and filter more oil. That's why I went with this as opposed to the standard stock skinny blue oil filter that you would find in the dealer when you give them your model, your Hawkeye model. So I forget, I think this might be for a Forester or the newer EJs. So just something to note, there's nothing on the oil pan, no metal shavings. It's really clean. Some of the imperfections that you're seeing, that's from the pan itself. So pretty ecstatic. She passed the test, she's all good. So it is December 6th. I decided to take the STI out for a quick drive and maybe perhaps run a few errands, and I came out to this. That, my friends, is coolant. Seems to be a good amount too. I've seen dribs of it in past startups, but it's like maybe like a dime size, and I couldn't trace where it was. It's gotten worse, and I traced it. I was able to trace it to, I believe it is, the coolant line that leads up to the turbo. I put my hand underneath the bolt, and it felt damp, and I'm hoping that that's the only location that it's spewing coolant. I let it out for a while, and I think maybe perhaps it just kept spilling, and that leak that you see now is the end result of me idling her for maybe about 10 minutes or so. Okay guys, it is December 22nd in the afternoon. If it's not one thing, it's another. I just discovered, well, I did get a warning light on the EcoBoost the other day, low on brake fluid. And noticed that on the ground where the EcoBoost was parked. And also noticing here after I swapped spots, and that right there does not look right. So I don't know what that is. Could just be a, I haven't really had a chance to look at it yet, but I need to get the truck inside the garage and check it out and work on it and see if it's something I could fix, because I need to use that truck tomorrow to head to New York. So like I said, if it's not one thing, it's another. Okay, so I got the EcoBoost inside the garage. I had to shift some things up so that I can have some clearance to do the rear wheel on the driver's side, because I think that's where the issue is coming from. Okay, so I got the wheel off, inspected it, and as soon as I got the wheel off, of course, she's leaking a bit more, as you can see, and she's all wet. And it looks as though the leak is bad enough that when I hit the brakes, and if you guys can see the line of fluid that just coated the wheel well. So I'm gonna assume it's from when brake pressure is applied. So I don't believe it's a line, because I don't see it anywhere at all. It being from the line, it's coming from the body of the caliper, and I think the source is, see if I can point it out, is this guy right here. It's dripping down and accumulating and dripping down below. I'm gonna assume that the caliper is most likely gonna need either a rebuild or a brand new one. So yeah, that sucks. I was kind of hoping that I would avoid anything major like this with the EcoBoost, but I gotta sink some more money into it. So that just means that I'm gonna have to keep her longer just to be able to recoup all the costs that I put in to this truck. So anyway, let me get up. Yeah, it looks like she's gonna be parked here for a bit. The coolant hose popped and did that to the and spilled coolant all over. This after we changed the oil on the car and took it out so that we can put air on the spare tire. Well, luckily this didn't happen to you on your way home, Miles. At least you got it home. He's coming back from his dorm for winter break. Wow.